After a loss against Utica last week, Buffalo State entered Groundy Stadium knowing they had to win out if they wanted to win the Empire 8. They faced a tough task in St. John Fisher, who boasted the conference's top offense and defense. After pulling quarterback Kyle Hoppy in 3 straight games, Buffalo State made a change, electing to give Dan Serenase his first collegiate start. St. John Fisher opens with the ball. First play, Tyler Fenty fakes the handoff and takes it himself for a 42-yard gain, 8th in the country for passer efficiency. Who knew he was so mobile? The drive comes to a halt later on 4th and 5. Fenty tries to fit into Mike Colicchio, but it falls incomplete. Buffalo State ball now. Pete takes the handoff. Oh, flea flicker. Cannon. Whoa! 46-yard gain. Next play, Dan Serenase flips to Rich Pete on the option. He sidesteps the first defender and takes a tumble for a 6-yard score. New personal best for Pete, 10 rushing touchdowns in a season. Fisher evens it up. Another Fenty fake handoff, and he walks his way into the end zone. That's just embarrassing. Buffalo State finds itself in a 3rd and 15 next drive. Pete takes the option and sends defenders flying. Whoosh! For a 19-yard gain and a first down. The drive ends in 3 points as Mark Montana nails a 45-yard field goal through the uprights. 10-7 Buffalo State. Fisher answers. Tony Fusco cuts back to the left as Buffalo State over-pursues. Nobody left in front, so it'll take it 54 yards for the score, giving Fisher its first lead 14-10. Buffalo State responds. Serenase drops back to pass and has Carney Camera in his sights again. Right on the money. Buffalo State goes up 17-14 as Carney goes to celebrate with the fans. Gotta make sure you get everybody, Carney. Second quarter now. Fisher is back at it. Fenty fakes a toss and goes deep 33 yards to Mike Colicchio for the score. Fisher leads 21-17. Fisher gets back to the 1-yard line right before the half, but Buffalo State prevents Fusco from scoring. Shack attack. Third quarter, Fisher maintains momentum. Fenty fakes the handoff. Oh no, not again! 3-yard score, 28-17. Buffalo State goes 3 and out, and to make matters worse, Sammy Hasten blocks the punt. Ugh! When it rains, it pours. Fisher tries another play action, but Buffalo State isn't fooled. Fenty goes deep, but Ish Height says, "Not today!" and comes down with the interception. On 3rd and 10, Buffalo State gambles. Serenase airs it out down the middle, and Mike Doherty comes up with a 37-yard gain. Later in the drive, Serenase takes advantage of a fallen defender with a 5-yard bootleg. Even though it's early in the 4th quarter, Buffalo State attempts a 2-point conversion. Serenase pitches it to Pete, but he fumbles it and catches it off the bounce to add the 2. It's now a 3-point game, 28-25. Fisher retains its double-digit lead. Colicchio sneaks past the defense down the sideline for a 33-yard score, 35-25. Midway through the 4th, Buffalo State tries to get something going on 3rd and 11, but Mark Garino-Hyde gets the sack. Buffalo State gets the ball right back, though. Andrew Cleveland pries the ball loose from James Chambers. Marquise Artis recovers and gets to bang the gong. It's for turnovers. With momentum from the gong, Serenase sees single coverage on Doherty and his eyes light up. He powers his way down the sideline to set up 1st and goal. Buffalo State runs it 4 straight plays and turns the ball over on 4th down. Brandon Miller stuffs Pete. Fisher maintains possession the rest of the game as Fenty kneels down for the win. Fisher beats Buffalo State 35-25 and will face Ithaca next week to determine the Empire 8 winner. Buffalo State heads home to face Hartwick. The season isn't over, but they'll need to win out and rely on voters for a possible tournament bid. An ECAC bowl game would be more likely. Interviews up next.
Well, they did some adjustments, yes. But I like to think that we made some necessary changes with those adjustments, too. This game, AJ, good football game. We played a very good football team in St. John Fisher. And just like any game, it comes down to these, you can pinpoint the plays where, geez, if we'd done that or done this, if only this. We gave up some touchdowns on discipline problems where we had 10 guys doing exactly what they're supposed to do. One guy does not, and unfortunately that's the guy that's the key to the play. So that's got to be worked on. Not scoring down there, our last offensive play, you might say. And I'm going to take the blame for that. That's something that, I'm going to take the blame for that one. But we had a lot of opportunities, should have and could have in that thing. But here's the difference from last week. We brought our energy the way that I know our kids can play, and we played extremely well today. Few plays we could have done and wish we could have done a little bit better. But our level was where it needs to be. If we had had that level last week, I think we would have had an entirely different game. So I'm disappointed in any loss, but I can take this loss because we got beat by a very good football team today. So kudos to them. We will look at the films and see those breakdowns that we had that just dearly cost us, because consistency is where we seem to have an issue. There are times that, particularly on defense, I feel we play dominant football, and then we give something up. So this is a team that they've got to finish these last 2 games strong. If they do, I think they can qualify for some postseason play. But they've got to play these next 2 Saturdays just like they played this Saturday.
Pretty much prepared the same way. Try not to change anything up. I just wanted to stay in the same rhythm because I've been doing pretty well off the bench in the past game, so I just wanted to keep it that way. They started doubling Doherty and Carney. They put a corner playing up and then a safety over the top. So we tried to work the inside a little more on the seams. We didn't really connect on any, but you know they threw a good counter on us. So we had to switch it up a little bit. Definitely got a big front line, and you know it's one of those teams where you can't hold on to the ball. You're either gonna run or you're gonna pass, and it has to be quick. You can't stand there in the pocket for too long with a bunch of guys like that. So. You know, a lot of pressure on their part, and then they did a good job. We got to come out hard these next 2 weeks, and we want to win these 2 games. That's a definite. So I mean, I think we're all locked in, and we know that we can get a bowl or maybe mathematically get the playoffs. We're not really sure. I'm not really sure personally, but we're going to keep fighting these next couple of weeks and see what happens.
We came into the game just with a passing mindset. We really wanted to focus on getting me and Mike the ball. We thought we were going to have a tough time running the ball against them, so I was just open. Dan got me the ball. They started bringing the safety over the top. They took whoever the corner was out of the game and brought another kid in, and I don't know if it was necessarily me in particular, but they just wanted to shut down our outside receivers, me and Mike. Dan plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's a good leader. He's very confident and came out there and did really all he could do. He played great today.
We weren't just disciplined on our coverages. We had safeties coming down on the wrong plays and stuff, just not being disciplined on those certain plays. It just sucks, but we got to keep going, got to keep pushing. There's more opportunities out there.